This is going to be a quick video about sativa and indica leaf. Now if you take a look at the sativa and the indica leaf, this is the sativa. The plant is tall and skinny. This is what they call the indica. They're both marijuana, they mix them together. This one is energetic. And if you take a look how green the leaf is and how they have little prickles on it, on each side, more than this one, talks that there's a force of the energy forcing up through the leaf, so it's getting tall and it stays thin, just like a body and who you are. And this one, when you smoke the sativa, it's energetic, it's tall and thin. But when you smoke the indica, it seems to make you, they say, like, it's the kush. But they also say it makes you want to stay on the couch. So why do you think they call this kush? Because you stay on the couch, you become a couch potato. You're just vegging out on this one. This one's the electric 5. This one's the 7th gate. Energetic, in and off the 7th gate, like jumping on the diving board, trying to try something new within your own mind, the two marijuanas. Now I'm not finished in the study and I just began, but indica is the indication of the relief. Inca, Indians, creation, CA, of I and I, the two eyes of who you are, of the two sides. One is on the cross, one is on the delta side, D. But D is a V and a 1 on the left. So D is already the 5 according to the Romans. Body pain, muscle relax, and then it says spasms and seizures. Look at this, look at what's in here. 8-0. Zurin is a drain. Zurez, seizures, seizure, okay? This is to take advantage. Something is blocked. One of 8 arteries of some sort are now blocked in the drainage of the spasm, the seizure that indica will relieve. Yet they won't let you smoke it. How do I know? Look, ART. It's a musical instrument. The arteries. Ter is the earth. I-E-N-S. The cherries. Something to do with the circulation of the cherries. Whatever the cherries might mean. But you know I'm coming in here all blunted out. Let me just jump back into here and read you. It says relieves headaches, head, H's, the head of H's, the arches between the two sides of your thought that's being blocked, that they don't want you to do, because we did come down with a spirit, we did come down with a soul. All they're doing is manipulating it. And whatever they're doing, they're putting it back into the air. So if you feel like a couch potato, there's a chance that the other part of you is smoking marijuana and you didn't even know it. That's right, they all smoke marijuana. They all know what it can do. Look at me. I don't have to smoke all the time, and I barely smoke anymore. But I take one little toke, and I'm ready to go. No matter which one it is, it always seems to be sativa for me. I'm never ready for bed. I go to bed, I make myself go to bed. But now it has headaches. H's, head H's, my brain, the grain of salt, the rain within the mind, overheating of the mind. Relieves anxiety and stretch, which will also get rid of the migraine. Now for sativa, this is the Inca, because the Inca makes you like the couch potato. So it takes everything away from you. And it makes your body feel no pain, because you're not actually thinking and it's not your mind. But when you go into sativa, okay, Satan's activan, you want to see? I wish you can see this. Ativan, right here. Inside the weed is a natural Ativan, because it's got almost, it's spirit angel, A-T-V-A-T-I-V. You see the 20, and this one is 04, 204. Okay, 204 is 204, which is 264, which is 2 chess games. Both, of course, in your mind. So the other one is uplifting, it's cerebral thoughts, it stimulates, it energizes, it increases focus and creativity. And you know, and I am just 100 and 1,000%, because I couldn't ever really do anything. This is one of my new paintings I'm painting. You can hold it sideways. See the man upside down? He's got a fish between. He's got about the Star Trek, you see the Star Trek, the A? He's got the whole A and the whole D. This is AC/DC. See the E? See the W and the 3 in here? See it says A and E? Inside here the E? Or the M? Out of E, M, and W, Miss Mew, what's new? So this is what I'm doing for my nephew, and I've never done this before because I'm going to change it all. Whatever's black, I'm going to make blacker, and then I'm going to outline it, and I'm going to paint it all. And I've never done this. Usually I'm good in black and white, you know. To paint, it's a little... So now we did that marijuana leaf. The other thing I wanted to mention is I'm going to do this off by heart, and I'm going to show you this. Thank you to, just a reminder, we're going to talk about zero right now. And as far as I know, the first time I was aware of zero is when it was on the roulette wheel. And then I noticed there were 2 zeros together. So now I know this is number 15, the 15th in the alphabet. These are 15 each. We'll multiply them by each other because they have to associate with each other. When you add them, it equals 30. Add them up, Adam and Eve. Adam had to leave to reconnect the day. 15 and 15, because Adam... I-ho, I-ho, I have to connect my day with the 7 dwarfs, and we're here all night. And we have to see, what's her name? Okay, so we have 15 here. The total of this is 45. But the total of one side alone is 15. Libra, talisman, low shoe. Now, I don't know if I'm doing this right. Low, shoe, shoe, get away, small fly, get away, small fly, shoe. This is also connected to the outs in the ball game, but we're not going to go in there. We have 45, and we have 15, and we have the talisman. We have the talisman. What am I going to do? You want to just go right back to the thing? If I remember correctly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I don't want to do that. You know what I want to do? I want to do this. And this, and this. 2 to 1. These are the corners. These corners will be getting halved. Okay? We get them halved. All of a sudden, we're doing this. The crown. Then we're going to take this corner over here, and we're going to go 2 here, and then 1 here, and 2 here, and everything gets 2'd. This is in the 2 world. Okay, this is in the 2 world. Everything gets 2'd inside of here. We split 2 sides. Here's only got 1. It becomes a half. What we're going to go in here is we're going to put it over here. 4, 9, 2. This is the 4th position. It gets number 3. This is the 5th position. It gets number 5. This is the 6th position. It gets number 7. This is the 7th position. It gets number 8. This is the 8th position. It gets number 1. This is the 9th position. It gets number 6. So now we have the talisman. So now what we do is 7 and 8 is 15. 6, 7, and 8 is 15. 7, 5, and 12 is 15. But this one is different because the 5 is in the center. So how do we approach to connecting this? How do we approach to connecting this? We draw a line up here, we draw a line down here, and we make a line over here. We're not allowed to go in numbers in this one over here because it's owned by the corners. Own this one over here. It's 2 different sides of this. It becomes like that. The houses are the same on each side, right? But you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 24. Then you got to turn it this way. You see what's on that side? You only got 1 quarter, the rest is flat. It doesn't sit on that side. You see the way it sits? It's the way our Earth sits, something like that. So we created this, so this would be 5 and 3, would be 8. This would be 5 and 7, this would be 12. This you can go right across. Okay, we're going right across with these, but we're not going through the center. We don't want to go through the center. Why? Because on the dice, wherever the dice cube is, see this dice cube over here? No, that's not what I want to show you. I want to show you right here. You see, here's the 1, here's the 6, here's the 1, and the opposite side is the 6. So it's on this side and this side. Does it cross through 5? Do I go up like this, or do I go up this way and this way and this way? See the swastika that comes this way, and this way? The swastika that's built between these, you see the X? See the X here, and the X here, and the X here, and the X here, 24, 48, 72, 24, 48, 96, all surrounded, 96 by 3, 4, 6, 7, the size of the moon. So anyways, we're going to go on this. I'm going to work it this way, the way I say it. I can go through the corners. If I go through the corners, 6, 11, 15. 2, 5, 15. I'm going all the way around. Every single side is completely different. 9, 10, 11, 15. 15. 1, 2, 3, 15. 1, 2, 3. Up here, 15. Now we have here 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 15. We can't go here. We get 6, and the top part would be 5 and 9. We'd have 14. Okay? Then we go 7, 6, 13 is 15. And we got 7, 6, 30 is 15. This one over here is 15. So do you remember the talisman, what it said? It said 45 on the top and 15. Because 45 is what your actual star that you are allowed to do in this world is you can drag a line all the way this way. You can drag a line all the way this way. In which this one over here, number 4, and number 3 come together as 7. 4 and 3 come together as 7. So you take this one, okay, from the center. Where's the center? The center is, we're going to do it with this. It's going to be easier for me. So we're going to go 4 to 3. And then those were here, okay, this one here, 12 and 15. This one here is 27. 7 and 6 are 13. 3 and 4 are 7. And 6 is 13. The 7 world and the 13 world, the 10. 7, 10, 13. Okay? 11, 15. 15 is the egg, excuse me, but 13 is here. 13 and 15. In roulette, I don't know if you can you see that board over there? Well, 13 is, you see where the let me see if I can point it with my pen. Right there where that diamond is. Where that diamond is, that's 10, 13, 11, and 8 where the diamond is. Across from it is 15, and 17 is down in the center. Okay? That's the bridge. No matter what we do, no matter what I do, I follow orders. If roulette was made that way, then I follow the orders of roulette. I just have to find the situations. I have to run into the situations. And how do I run into the situations? Well, they gave me a betting scheme, what I'm allowed to bet and what I'm not allowed to bet. So they sort of taught me about what I can do to bet to win. So now I know the scheme. And they set it all up. Now I got to figure out, they broke up the board. They broke up the board in 12s and 24s and 36s. But 36, you got to bet chips, more than one chip. We're working on a one-chip scenario and how we can get everything to equality with one chip. Since there are places that only pay 1-to-1, you would have to put one chip 35 times in order to get that one area, which is black and red. So now what we get is here, we have 7 and 6, 3 and 7, Earth and Mars, okay? And Earth and Mars is in here as 2 Venus, okay? 3, as the crestation, because number 9 was over here. So this was the crestation of 6 and 5, okay? Man's birth and man's face, or his birthright, okay? And then number 7 is 3 and 4 in 1. It's the moon. 12 and 7 is 19. That's how you get the moon. And you would end up having this over here, and then this over here. And that would be the Lamed. And that's the Lamed that they go Aleph Lamed, Hey, Aleph Lamed, Hey. So you see this, now you're going to think, well, it's a swastika. But if I do that a little bit better, okay, if I do that a little bit better, we make a tic-tac-toe, okay, and this is where it is, okay, this is where it is. Did you see how I made a number 7? I made a number 7, and then I did this. This is the Kof in Hebrew. When you Kof, you come into life. I also did it today. I found out something. It even told me in the numbers, Kof and you come into life. That's what it told me in the numbers. It's really retarded. It's so hard to be alone. Because I need to share, and I'm so far behind. But I'm not far behind, because it's not going away. Whoop. So now, we did this, right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to do this. And this is what you have. This is the same thing they show in the talisman of connecting the bow tie, of connecting 4 and 3 is 7, and connecting 7 and 6. Why? Because you make a bet over here. You make a bet over here. You make a bet over here, and you make a bet over here. If this one comes in, you will get 34, and you will lose 2, you will have 32. If this one wins over here, you will get 34, and you will lose 2. If this one comes in over here, you'll win 34, and you'll lose 2. So this is the scenario, is 34 you win, and 2 is 36. Creation of man. That's exactly what it tells you. That's exactly the way the bets are. You bet 1, 2, 3, 4. You bet 4 chips, and your possibility is to get 34 back. 34, and you put up 4. So 17, you get 17 to 1 when you win. 17 to 1 is 8. 8 plus 7. 1 plus 7 is 8. 7 times 1 is 7 equals 15. What do you got? 15. Same thing. 1 chip bet. 14, 13. 13, 7. 7, 8. Now the odds of this, okay, of coming in on roulette is 8 to 6. Anyways, let's just jump off over the whole thing. The next thing I just wanted to tell you about 0 is 0 equals 15. Now how do we get 15? We can go 5 times 3 equals 15. Why? Because it's in 3 different worlds. 5, 5, 5. You have 3 different worlds here. You have 3 different worlds here. And you have one whole world over here, right? That connects. That connects. That connects. Over here, this one connects. Over here. Now, after you get this, this is what it has to look like. This is one world. This is the other world. See this? It's got 6. See this? It's got 6. Oh, this is a mistake. This is a mistake. I have to show it this way. It's got to be an X with a line this way, and the other one's an X with a line the other way. They're not the same. So these become 5, 5, 5. This becomes 5, 5, 5. They both create the Magen David. Okay? They both create the wolf and the Magen David. And at the same time, you can probably get the marijuana leaf out of here too. So this is how it works. This one plugs up. It'll plug up the 3 here. Okay, you see the way I have this one over here? Plugs up the 3 here, and this plugs up the 3 here. So this makes 4 and 3, 7. 4 and 3, 7. 4 and 3 and 3 is 6 equals 10. Plus itself equals to 15. Now that they're all 15, it's now 45. This is what's happening this weekend. 5 times 3 is Hoover Dam and Barack Obama happening this weekend. 0 equals 15. That's the first one. 7 plus 8 equals 15. 9 plus 6 equals 15. 10 plus 5 equals 15. But that's 5, 10, 15, and that's this. That's your home base. Here, 1 and 5. That's what you have. 2, 3, and 4 is in between. You also get the letters of I and F. You also get the letters of G and H. Would you say this is a combination that we already use? This is J and E, and it says I. Yeah, you can get it other ways. The same way is A and U are the first and last vowels. Equals to 1 and 21 equals 22. That's it. Nothing exists. By A owns, okay? A is 1, and it owns 5. Becomes A and E. Okay? A and E become O. A, O, E is the reflection of I. 1 and 5 and 9 is what it's all about. This one becomes the O. Add the O, number 15, plus 5 plus 1 equals to the U. A to U. It says water. It says 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1 equals 2, 2. this in a leap year, it becomes 122 because the Mayan made creation on the 21st day of April 30th of whatever year it was. This is what the Mayan did. This is the 30th of April in a leap year, but in a non-leap year, this is the 1st of May, 121 in the 5th month. 1215. When you go 1215, 1215, or you go 5121, which is the 5th of May, which becomes 605, which I don't even know what it is because I'm not jumping into it. But this is the same 12 and 5 that we had over here, now we have over here. Just by going to the alphabet and what the Mayans say, it does the same thing. So 0 equals 15, 1 plus 5 is 6, 1 times 5 is 5, total is 11. That means 0 equals to 11 on its first cage. 11 is the letter K. Now you have KO or OK. The total of OK is 26. Now you have all the letters in the alphabet. 6 times 2 is 12, 6 plus 2 is 8, equals to the letter T. T is the 20th letter in the alphabet. This T becomes H2O. Where do we become H2O? We become H2O right here. The 7th gate. Okay, Herbert Hoover, Hoover Dam. Okay, somehow, where is the H2O? Where is the H2O? Where is the H2O? Well, here's H and here's 2 O's. Here's H2O. This is Hoover Dam. H and 2 O's. 8 and 2 zeros. 8 and 20. Why? Because 10 and 10, when you have 10, you have 10 and 10. Automatically. You have 10 and 10 once you have 10. This is Hoover Dam. I'm a little blinded by the light, but the light is not here. Oh, I promise I will end this soon. The other thing I just wanted to jump on, Barack Obama, 1521. The 21st letter is U. The 15th letter is an O, O-U. Okay? The total of OU is 36, creation. When you put Barack Obama, O-B-A, it becomes 1521. 1521. The same number that shows up over here, when you put A and U together, you get as Barack Obama. It's this weekend. It's the Valentine weekend when there's 45 days to go in the year, when there's 15 days before you go to the end of the month, when there's 12 days before you get to the, what is it, which part of it? I don't know. I don't know where this goes. I don't know yet. I'd have to figure this out. Number 12, it's the end of, don't forget, this is how we move. The earth moves like this, and the earth moves like this, and the earth moves like this, and the earth moves like this. Somehow California or somewhere else in the States, there's something wrong. We're not all moving together. So we're stuck to like two plateaus of some sort. This is the Budweiser bow tie. Let me see when I put the camera to the camera. Okay, no, I don't want to see that one. I want to just go to, not the Sativa, not the YouTube, not this one, not this one, not this one. I don't know, can you see this? Can you see this? The helicas be 3 or 4. Blah, 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 blah. We must resort to quantum physics instead of using usual space-time. Who is this talking? How does this guy know? Because this guy is very intelligent. The frequencies in Mars direction, that's right. The minute you hit a void, if your bones hurt, it's because they're tight. Okay? If your bones don't hurt, they're usually a little bit slack. Okay? That's not what I wanted to talk about. Hold on a second. I'm busy looking for something. Here's another thing. The list of the Stanley Cup champions for the Montreal Canadiens for 73 and 74, because this is the time we're in. Number 27, Frank Mahovlich. We have number 14, Glenn Golda. Wayne Thomas, Michel Bunny Larocque. Price is in nets with the same number. Bunny Larocque, he was the greatest. 13212. Can you imagine that number? Can you imagine that number? Michel Bunny Larocque. 13212. It's the same thing as Obama. Oh, and he's born in 52 besides that. Wow, he's young. Wow, he's turning 61.
Wow, and it's crazy. The bench for the Canadians had 14 minutes in penalties, but nothing else. Okay? 78 was the number of games they played. 78 is for 12. And 78 is if you add up 1 to 12. 78 makes 56. 56 is the comet, okay, of Lovejoy. The comet of Lovejoy makes number 16, 67. Which again, who was number 16 on the team? Henry Richard, 89. Oh, it's so perfect. He was born in 1936 and on the leap year too. He's born number 16 on a leap year. Oh my God. Wow. 75 games, he had 19 goals, 36 assists. His points were 55. That's outstanding for these numbers. Then here, Wilson, look at this. Can you see this? Murray Wilson, Herbert Hoover, Wilson Falls. This has to do with the falls. 1 up, 1 down. 2 up, 1 down. You see the 2 shoots go in, the 1 shoot comes out. The 2 shoots come in, the 2 shoots come out. Dividing of the waters. Murray Wilson, number 17, born in 51. 11-11. Oh my God. I mean, I must be insane already, for sure. Chuck Lefley, okay, number 24. And we have number 22 on the team. Do we have a 22 on the team? No, we don't. We have Steve Shutt. Where's Steve Shutt, number 22? Steve Shutt, S&S, and Chuck Lefley. Okay, now this would be the scenario between number 23, Bob Gainey, 7-2. That's fine. That's the 7th gate. Steve Shutt, he's the spirit and the soul, and he was able to connect the year after with almost 60 goals. He shut the door on them. Steve was actually Saint Eve of the Hut. Chuck, creation heaven of Jack. Jack, the fly. Something about the fly and the energy. I know I'm all over the place. Let me just go back to, I was talking, we had the list of presidents. And the list of presidents makes Washington, okay, in 1788, they say he became president, or it started at the end of that, I thought it was 89. He became the president, and the color of his marking on the screen, see all these colors? This is the energy. This runs all the energy, okay? This is the energy. So everybody's got the energy. Here they have the green life. Here they have the red life, okay? Washington had everything. He had the 7 ball, and he had the 15 ball. He was an order of everything. That's what this shows from one end of the other end. Then we had the orange. Now this is a mix of yellow and red, meaning all these people who came in here, these were the actual people giving the laws. Not this guy. Not these guys. Here. Then we had orange. This was a split judgment. And they marked 1 X on this one. Then pink was the mix, okay, bringing in the new pig. Pink is the new pig. They brought in Jackson. Then they brought in the yellow. Don't forget, they're bringing in this side and that side. They're harmonizing you. But after that, right after Lincoln, in the second possibility of Lincoln in 1864, it was completely red. The division between Lincoln and Grant. And he has a black star. And you can see 15 over here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Extra long, extra large. 45 is the last one. Look at that, Barack Obama. George W. Bush with the big star. Election won without a majority or popular vote. How does any one man get to make a decision for 300 million people that was not a majority? When there's 60 people in there getting paid out to the gilts, you want to vote? This is the only way to vote. We can vote 100 times. They'd have to cheat 100 times. Eventually, we're going to find out how they're cheating. Is that right? Vote online. We don't have to run to the poll. So now we know 0 is 15. How do you get to 15? And other ways you get to 6, because 1 and 5 is 6, so 4 and 2 is 6, and 3 and 3 is 6, and they 8, 3 and 3, 8 to 1.
when you get it in the game of craps. Now I'm going to go back to the numbers that I wrote down here, and I'm going to go back to Barack Obama. Okay. Bar. Baruch Hu es Adonai, Baruch Hu es Adonai Hamborach. Baruch atah Adonai, Barack Obama, Hussein Obama. I mean, it's the same thing. 15, 7 times 3, 9 by 11. 21, 3 and 5. 3, 1 times 2 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3, equals 5. 3 and 5, 2 and 3 equals 5. 81, 8, 2, 1, 1, 9. 82, 9, 11. Time heaven, danger. Hussein, the blood bleeding victim. 3, 8 and 4 is 3. The 8, I'm not sure, 4 by 8 is 32. I'm not sure where I got the 8, but it comes to 5, 8, 8. Becomes 8, 5, 8. This is Jupiter-Neptune communication. This is Jupiter-Earth communication. When you put 5 and 3 together and you're the center of communication, the 5 is that one right there. This is not 5, this is 25. Every dot is worth 5. If every dot goes to the center dot is worth 25, this dot is worth 5. It goes right in the center. It says ace, ace, ice, or ace. It makes the X. It goes EXE, which can also be looked at halfway as Eve. Eve and Eve. The number breaks down to 5, 3, 11, 35. Ace and ace. K-C-E. What is it? K-C-E? K-C-E. I don't know what it is, but I do know that this is electric. These are the 2 letters for electric. And when you put a K on each side, you're now connecting this with this. Some sort of electronic connection between 5 and 3 at Hoover Dam. The other thing I wanted to show, 1521. The one thing about 1521, 7286 minus 2005. My title was last year. This is one of my emails. When I got sick, this is what I opened up. Last year, 2005, because this is when it all began, on the 5th day of the 5th month of the 5th year of 2025, on the 125th day, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. This is what came in. 1, 8, 2, 5. 5281, 5281. It was the last year. Barack Obama, the same numbers. It is the last year. Scott Baio and Baywatch. Watch out for the woman. What were they watching? Was it caught? The 2 T's. You remember the 2 T's, the way they run? If you put this way, this becomes a T this way. This way, you have to go all the way to the top. 1, 2, 3 houses by 2 houses. This you can all make in one spot where you cross your T. Do you understand the long leg? Because it goes into the next world and the next world. 5281. 5281. 81 Venus. 52 Earth. 51 Mars. 25 Jack. 652. Heart 52. 25, 6, 25. The Mayan calendar count. 25. The 6 is because it's this side and it's that side. Why? Because this is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. When this multiplies all the way up, it's because it's coming from Jupiter. Jupiter is talking. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, goes into the one house. 3 by 3 by 3 by 9 is 27, goes into the next house. Then 3 by 3 by 3 goes into this house. So we now have this house, 3 times 3 times 3 equals 27. Then we have 3 times 3 times 3 equals 27. Now we have the center house over here. Okay? The center house is absolutely nothing right now. This one goes to here is 27. Then the left side of the house comes here to 27. Now this house in the middle is 54. Now this house in the middle has to stay at 54. While this house becomes 27, while this one becomes 27. These are the creation of the 3 houses. When you total them all together, here's a space, here's a space, here's the one in between. 2 times this one, 2 times this one is 4. Okay? When you add them up, it's 2 or 2. 54 and 54, 108.
There's 3 of them, or there's 2. It's 1 heart, or there's 3 hearts. If you add 2, it's 110. If you add 3, it's 111. This is the top of the Twin Towers. This is the same number we are in with this and with Barack Obama. All I used are the first 3 initials of each name. Lo Shu, why don't we look right here for Lo Shu? Hussein, he's got 2 angles. And don't forget this is S-U and I and H. Sui is what you call the pig. Chop suey is what you call the place that they're directing the pigs from. At the same time, we can never say, let's go west-south, but we're going to say, let's go southwest. We're not going to say, let's go east-south. We're going to say, let's go southeast. Okay? So we have 5281. Multiply, add, subscribe, divide. Mass delta. Mass delta, more D's. IVI, this is Barack Obama, 4, 5, and 6 Federation, V1, V1. Otherwise, it's 22, and 9 is 31, and 1 is 40. 40 in between D and D, so you go 40 this way is 44, 40 this way is 44. Now you got 88, and you're back to Hoover Dam right now. This 858 is on your telephone, it's right in the center. We don't go to number 2 again, because we're going this way. Okay, number 2 is up, number 8 is down. It's a rotation within your own mind and within the Earth's mind that they run on Rubik's Cube somehow. I'm not quite sure. We had the 7th gate. We're not going to go to the 7th gate. We're not going to go to the 8th gate because the 8th gate is Herbert Hoover, 31st president, also the 30th president, and 13 presidents later is Barack Obama. I am, never. Jamaica, Pirates of the Caribbean, never is forever. Evergreen, what are we looking for? Hamas, divide. M-A-S, Jesus, Christmas, Hamas. D-D, divide. 4949. See this 4949? Well, this number over here, when they showed Google with a number thing, it was 379009. 9009 is 2 and 7. 2 and 7 came to create the 9 off of the piano. You can't create it any other way. Piano rule says 1 and 7, 2 and 7. The third one has to be divided between 2 sides. The 3 goes left, the 3 goes right, it becomes 6. Barack Obama's numbers come out to 5 times 8 is 40. Times 8, well 8 times 8 is 64. Times 5 is 320. 320 plus 8 and 8 and 5 is 21. H-H-E. H-E-H. He-he. Ha. H-E-H, 8 by 8 is 64 by 5 is 320. 320 and 13. 320 and 13 is 333. Again, same number again. 8 by 8 is 64. Times 5 is 320. 328. 333. Why? Because this one has to go in the center, and it has to go Haz-ba-Oba. Like you would say, instead of saying Barack Obama first, you would say Hussein first. His name is Hussein Barack Obama, or Hussein Obama Barack. But it's not Barack Hussein Obama. This is not the way to put it. This has to go in the middle because the 5 has to go in the middle over here. So you'd have 333. This is a pig's pregnancy. This is 114 days. Here, 114. Right over here, 114. KNA is the pig's pregnancy. And this 1114, I'm not sure where it comes from, but not to scuttle you in any which way. We're just going to leave it this way. It also would say NAV. Okay, which is navy blue. And today is the birthday of a friend of mine whose his numbers, when I spoke to him on the phone, I told him he's the NAV. And then he told me, no, he's not the NAV, that Sir Charles is the NAV. Sir Charles is the NAV, and I guess they knew it. He is the NAV. So if it's supposed to be a bad jack or a good jack, the NAV today is the birthday 14 1114. This is today's date, exactly today's date. I don't know where I ended up with it, but becomes the NAV or Vega. Las Vegas, Vega, what they're doing to Herbert Hoover right now, turning him over in his grave. Vega. I don't even know where to point to it anymore. Hamas. Checkpoint. Mass DD. This here comes out to 2002 times 47. I don't know why I got that, but it's 2002 years times number 47. Why? Because of the 2020 world we live in. We go both sides, we turn it upside down. What's 20 is 02. That's why the one position here never changes, and this one always ends up at the end on this side. 2020. 20 by 13 is 26. That would be 260 moons. 20 by 13, 260 moons. That's the number of days it takes for the 5-day and 2-day schedule of our work week, where 2 days are the weekend and 5 days are the week. The other thing is the one eye of Jack. When you play cards and you see the one eye of Jack, right away you know it's a Jack of spade or it's a Jack of heart, because they both have one eye. One of them's holding one thing, the heart is holding one thing, the spade is holding another. Spade and gold come together. G-O, as in go in Monopoly. 6 equals number 52. So when I showed you 25,625, 52 is number 6. 25 is the Jack. 2 and 5 is 767. 767 is the same 767 I showed you. Is it the same 767? Yes, it's the same 76 over here that I showed you. And it's the same 7 over there. You know why? Because if you take a look at this, 1776 is in one corner. The 1, 7, and 6 are in this corner of 1776. 5761. The size of the moon, okay, is connected. Oh, it's unbelievable now that I see this. The size of the moon. 4, 3. Connected between the betting chips, because the betting chip, you see in this scenario, now that I'm working this scenario, I feel more relaxed with the 5. Then this whole thing ends up to be 15. 4, 9, 13, 15, 3, 5, 8, 15, 8, 1, 6, 15, 15, 15, 15, 45. And the center ones on this angle, 15 and 15 is 15, divide 45, the angle gets 15. Do you follow me? 15, 15, 15. This angle is 15. 3 15s, 3 at the most, only 3. The fourth one is in addition. So 15, 15, 15 makes your 45, then the corner is 15. So the talisman error of low shoe shows you this, 45 and 15. 15 is the egg, and this is the fox. So you have to have an egg in your head, which is a moon in your head. One moon in your head. This is all the moons. 3476 is the size of the moon. And this is the only way to bet. When you bet these, this is the only way to bet. When you go on to roulette and you want to bet these numbers, are they anywhere? Well, we have to switch them all. What will we have to switch them for? This is what we're going to do. 4 becomes 5. 9 becomes 11. Becomes 2. 2 becomes 5. Right away, I'm back to Barack Obama, 5, 1, and 2. 5, 1, 2, 1, 5. 5, 1, 2, 1, 5. Separations. There's only one separation, one on each side. You count everything you see. 525 is an old calculation of 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 5 is 10. You got 10 worlds. We have a $20 bill in our pocket, but we don't see the other world. $20 bill doesn't exist. It's a $10 bill and a $5 bill and a $10 bill and a $5 bill and a $10 bill and a $5 bill, and you got 30 and you got 50 and you make 45, and now you have to take out another $5 bill and you're going to have 50, and you're going to have 4 5s to make 50. 4 times 5 equals 20, and you're going to have 3 times 10 equals 30, and there's your 50. You want to connect that 50 somewhere else? We'll put it right over here. 26 for the dog and 24 for the cat. If you want to make this one here, you'll go C-A-T. 315. 315. 1, 2, 1 plus 2 and 1. 1 and 2 and 1 is actually saying 1 and 3 again. Because this here, L-U-C, C-U-L, L-U-C, luck. The nail is the luck and the hammer in the coffin. The nail is the hammer in the coffin. T-H-O-R, Thor. Could be throat. Thor. How about this? R-O-T-H, 3, 4, 9, 3, 4. 797. 797 is P-I-G, and it's Shom FM. Okay, why? Rothschild, that's what this says. Rothschild, 797. 7 by 9 is 63. 49 is eternal. 34 is your birth. 93 is Hoover Dam. 44, when you have these numbers in here, 49, 9 between these, 4 times 3 is 12. This will end up being 19 over here. This will be 19, and this will be 36 and 13. So you'll have, I gotta mark this somewhere else. So you'll have 36 and 13. Let me see the number exactly what it is again. 3, 4, 9, 3, 4. C3LU. He's here. CLU. This is nail, nail. Nail, nail. And this, it says nail I. 9 is the coffin. You know why it's the coffin? Because when a 9 birth comes into life, and they cut his umbilical cord, and they put that little thing in his throat, he comes to life, cough in. That's not my first one I passed by today that coughs into life. Do you understand? It's number 9, he coughs in, the coffin in the nail in the coffin. Why? Because a clue in French. You have any luck? You have any luck with the nail? The garlic. The vampire being put onto the cross. Tail. Doesn't it say tail? 2. Tail. 2 tails. Nail in the coffin. 2 sides of the coffin. 49 is green. 34 is 1. 34 is 1. This one's 42. 9 equals to the number 42. It'd be 4, 2, and 9. Or 24 hours a day for the 9. He's only 7 and 2. He came through the 7th gate. He's the one spirit that goes in and out of the 7th gate, so we connect into this world of life. They're not taking everything away from us because they can't. You have made the last decision. The only thing they take away is your freedom of the body. But the freedom of the mind, they can only switch you up, slow you down, pull you away. The same thing they did to Morpheus. When Morpheus got out of that realm, he was back into who he was again. You'll always be who you are, and it's nobody else's fault but the fault of what kind of choice you have made, 4747 on the clock. 34 says 1. O-N-E equals 34. But you know what's funny about 1? Say 0, 1. Ronnie, Nay, Z, Z, L-O-V-E, Z-E-R, Zeroni. Anyways, this one's 8, this one's 5, this one's 9. 8, 5, and 9, okay, is the 8-5 rotation of the 9. 9 up, 9 down, 9 up, 9 down, 9 up, 9 down. After you get 9 up and 9 down 3 times, the game is over. This team has 27 outs, that team has 27 outs. We marked it on the other page, 27 above and 27 below. But the last one we did not mention. I'm going to go back and forth between this one and that one. Before we go back, I just want to show you one thing. There's an X here, and there's an X here. But when I connect them together, it's one X, and it looks like the Pontiac image because it's overmarked. See the way the fox comes out? 45-degree angle. 45 and 135. 45, 45, 45. So that becomes, since it's 45, 40, 45, 45, all you got to do is 15 and 45, and you're back to the talisman. Omega. See your E? This is the way the E begins. You see this? This is a gate. The E opens up, and then it closes. And the clam keeps going, and it opens up. Burp, burp. You know you're starting to burp? Well, one of the reasons. Wolf Ram. Just want, whatever it is, my friend, look, Mars. Mars and the wolf. Low shoe. I want to
go back to Barack Obama. Venus, 9 times 9 is 81. Earth, 13 by 4 is 52. And 39, 7, 4. This equals 7. This is 4, and this is 4. 7, 4, 4. Barack Obama at the 7th gate. Earth, Mars, Moon. 7 times 4 equals 28 days. 28 days of the moon. When you want to go 5 days, see the center over here? Imagine we go like this. 1, 2, we start off at the X. Where are we going to start off? Now, let's not get into that. Let's not get into that. But these are all the 8152. Okay? This is 2815. This is the egg and the moon. Now, who's the egg? A and E. 1 and 5. 5 and 1, 1 and 5, 5 and 1. The moon, open the door to Mars, back on Mars. 5 and 2 is Earth. Venus, Mars, Earth. Venus, Mars, Earth. Venus, Mars, Earth. So they're reflecting what they're doing. And at the same time, when you add these up, at the same time, 6 times 4 is 24 times 4 is 96. 96 plus 6 plus 4 plus 4 equals to 112. This one, 6 times 8 times 2 is 96, plus 16. This one equals to 112. Sorry, this one equals to 110. 110, 112, 222, times 8, 1776. 2 times 2 is 4, 2 plus 2, 8. 2 times 2 is 4, 2 plus 2, 8. 88, Herbert Hoover, H2O, 820, H8, Barack Hoover, Hoover. It seems like he's Hoover. Is he because Barack Obama's been here before, and he could be Hoover. He could be Hoover. 280. 80. The way it all began. 80 and 88 times 47. Now we were working on this last thing. I can't believe it's an hour again. We were working on the nail in the coffin. And this is what we got from Child in Rothschild's. C and H, Christ heaven of I. C-H and I. It's actually C-D and I. When you add this together, it becomes F-D-R. Franklin D. Roosevelt. So a Rothschild, now we know that the Rothschild must be Franklin D. Roosevelt, because that's what it took. 3 and 3 is 6. We're not moving the 4 at all. Why are we not moving the 4? 3 by 4 is 12. 1 and 2 becomes 3. So we cannot move it. 3 and 4 is what we multiply everything by, or we add it up. 4 and 4 becomes 8. 3 and 3 is 6. 6 reflects of 8, of 9. 9 by 8 equals to 72, and that's how it all began. So when we go back over here, we have 12 and 7 is 19. In order to get 19, you have to have what? 109? 10901. What did Krista Berg call his train? What was the number of the train? 10901 is the only way we can go. Now, instead of going this way, if your 0 becomes your 15 now, this becomes your 16. 15 for 0, 15 for 0. 1 and 5 is 6. Now we're at these numbers because that's what they reflect. 169. 13 times 13. 44, Barack Obama. 88 and 81. 88 and 81. If I got it right, it's 344. 200, 330, 344. 3 times 44 is 132 reversed. ABC, 1, 2, 3, 44. Where did I get this number? The size of the Monopoly board. 13 times 13. 88 used in the 9 positions. Every place in Monopoly gets 2, except for the corners get 4. That's why we get 88. 88 Monopoly, and now electric company, and if you own both electric company and you own waterworks, and the water flows in between both, you get one spirit of 76. 7 times 6 is 42 plus 14 is 56, equals to comet. 5 by 6, 5 plus 6 equals 41. 1 times 4, 1 times 4 equals to 9. We're back to the controller with the nail in the coffin. This one is 191 is what this is supposed to say if you want. Why? Because the word is 1. If you want to do it another way, 3 equals 56, which is 2. 4 equals 60. Plus the 0 equals 15. 1 and 5 is 6. It equals 66. This one will equal 3. And this one will equal 2. Number 23 creation, they'll have 2, 3, 9, 3, 2. This is the road that passes over Hoover Dam. The train that comes on by is one of these numbers also on Highway 50 that they run. Old Seville, where was the train passing? Going to be the Silver Bullet? UCLA University. What's going on? When we come back to this, we have 797. When we come back to this, we can go to, we have 2 and 3 and 2 and 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 plus 3 is 11. We have 9. Or we multiply. 3 by 9 is 27. 3 plus 9 is 12. We have 39. We have 39. 3 and 9 is 3. The 39 is the same number again of the Hoover Dam passage, and the 9 is the crustacean. It's the doorway in order to have the spirit go in and out of your brain so you can connect with the upper world. They're taking that away in sediments. This one becomes 3. 3 and 2 becomes 2 and 3 again. So now we have 2 and 3. This will turn into 2 and 3. Now this is going to turn into 2 and 3. Good enough to say 11, 11? 2 times 3 is 6, 2 plus 3 is 5. 2 times 3 is 6, 2 plus 3 is 5. We have 11, we have 11, we have 2, 22, and 22. We have number 44, and that's where we are right now, backed up, nail in the coffin. FDR Roosevelt is a Rothschild. I don't even have to look any further. How do I know? Because he's a rooster, and he's got it on top. You see this? All you have to do is this. You extend the B. BR is now BAR. Same family. Barack Obama. Same family as the Rothschilds. It shows up right over here. When I calculate it, I do not need A, C, and K because that's the quack. That's the ending. The sound of who you are is the ending, but it's not who you are. You are at your face. B-A-R. If I want to go B and K, it'd be 2 and 2. If I want to go 1 and 3 and 9 and 1, his name is perfect. It makes a cylinder. The nail in the coffin, Rothschild, Barack Obama. The talisman, the same way the talisman connects, the same way as A and U is connected to the Mayan, it's all over their Sanskrit, all over their Sanskrit. The way I and F creates 15. The way 7 and 8, which is G and H, when you say 8, it creates 15. 15, 1 and 5, 6 is part of 8. 1 and 5, 6 is part of 5. And the percentage key is right over here. Number 5 equals 42. Equals number 9. Number 9 equals 6 and 9, which is the percentage of the electronic 5. So the most we can be is number 7. Number 8 to be 7th gate, and then we're number 8, always going back to the electronics, and 8 into electronics. So mentally, we're number 13, but no, in reality, we're actually 9 and 2 is where we're at. You see the at sign? This says 2, where are you at? I'm a number 3. I've got my 4 corners, and I am the percentage of the creation. You see this V on top of the 6? 3, 3, and 3. Put 3 V's. When you put 3 V's, you want to put this V, and this V. This V is this way, it says K. This way is this way, it says K. This way is a V. 11 plus 22
equals 44. Barack Obama's on top again. 4 by 4 is 16. 1 of the spirit of 6 is the only one you can get. There is no other one. 4 by 4 makes 16. 4 plus 4 is 8. You have the 24 hours of the day. You also spell Phoenix, because the E is free. Remember you play a bingo? Free, we get a free one, we get the free E. That's what we get over here. You get B.H.O, and this is part of Thailand. Okay, you remember Thailand, TH, time heaven, the nail in the coffin, hail, and DNA? There's something very much attached over here because of the TH that's in the front, time heaven. Don't forget about Africa, because I believe somehow between New Zealand, okay, and Africa is where the whole big boat of connections are. So where are people actually going in this world besides trying to remember where Delaware is? Never forget Delaware. Why? Because the Walt Disney Corporation is giving out its bonds, okay, its markings from Delaware. Now they may have moved, but you have to know where all major corporations are and how their tie-up between each other is, because the games are more than anything else. They are all your rules and regulations of everything inside all the games. We did what we have now. I'm just going to show you one last piece. One last piece here is where this is Jupiter. We also, I'm assuming, we have the same scenario, okay, for Saturn. We have a scenario of 4 here, and we have a scenario of 4 here. This one is Saturn, and this one is Jupiter. How do I know? Because of the talisman right here. They told us all the numbers, and they told me this was in Libra. So I know right away. And I can do this 100 times, and each time I'll come up with maybe a different answer, but at the end we're going to know the truth. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. It's all sixes all around. I just make bets on all of them. The thing is, because you can only connect, okay, because only one chip here will connect all of these, you will have to bet 1 on each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you'll need 6 chips to collect on 9. 6 and 9 is 15 again. But now you're going to get 2 to 1. You're going to get 2 to 1 on this one. You're going to have 4 to 1 on this one. You're going to get 2 to 1 on this one. 2, 4, 2. So now 2 and 4 is 6. 24 is the letter X. Again, it says fox and ox. I didn't finish this here. Do you remember what this was? I was adding position to number. This one is 3 in position 4. It gets 7. This one's 5 in position 5. It gets 6. 3 by 5 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. Right? But this is number 5 position. Okay? 5 and 5 is 10. It gets 1. But it's still in the 5 position, so I can't put it less than 6. This one here is number 7. In the 6th position, it gets 13. 1 and 3 is 4. This one's in the 7th position. It's number 8. 8 and 7 is 15. 6. 9. 1 is in the 8th position. It gets 9. 6 is in the 9th position. Is 15. It gets 6. So your numbers become 5, 2, 5, 7, 6, 4, 6, 9, 6. 5, 7, 6, 2, 6, 8. So this one becomes 13 and 5 is 5, 12, 18. 9 and 6 is 15, 17. 6 and 5, 11, 15. This one, 12, 17. This one over here will give me 12. This one over here will give me 17. This one over here will give me 21. This one over here will give me 17. So, in order to do this right, this will get 8. This will get 3. This will get 8. This will get 3. This will get 8. This will get 6. This will get 8. This will get 9. 8, 3, 8, 3, 8 is 11, 11, and this represents Hoover Dam. 6, 8, and 9 is the crestation of your face. 6 times 9 is 54, which is the sun. 6 times 9 is 54. 54 by 8. 50 by 8 is 400. And 8 by 4 is 32, equals 432. 9 times 8 is 72. And 72 times 6. 420 is 432. This is your jail. This is your 911. On this side, and this side, we're just going to add it together as 9. But this side equals 19, and on this side equals 11. 1, 9, 9, 11. So we just trap the 9 inside over here. We have 19, we have 9, and we have 1. We have 1991 to this year is 22 years. And because it's 22 years, it's the breakout. 13 years that you become bar mitzvah, you go on the cross, and then 8 years you come out, you end up marking off 5 and 8. I know this is a very difficult understanding, okay? But we're going to just go to the end here, 9 and 8 and 6. 9, 8, and 6 will pay out. And we do it this way because that's the way the chips are dealt. Now I can go 12, 8, 9. So this will be 3, 8, 9. If we only bet 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. And I'm soon going to start doing that. Okay? 9 and 8 is 17, 23 on the top. Now we got the side 8 is 31, and 3 is 34, and 8 is 42, and 3 is 45, and 8 is 53. Again, back to the same number of creation. 3 times 5, 3 plus 5 will create 23, which will create 11, 11 again. So this scenario, which I have not done, this one equals 625, this one equals 625. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and 1 to operate. For the 2, it would be in the center over here. This is what you do. So you collect your sides. It would end up to be the Monopoly board, which will be 40 plus 1 times 625. Look that up. It'll be 25, 625, and we're back to Barack Obama and Hoover Dam, the knockout punch. Boy, do I write all over my stuff. Anyways, it's an hour, okay, and I feel that I did not come across properly. Here's one of the ways to mark the star system in all directions. 12 days. 525. How in the world did I end up with that number here? I just turned the P turns. The R doesn't. You put a leg out, the P doesn't turn. See the way it leans? See number 4 in here, what it does? You see the E, what it does? It stops in the center, extends out. This is the A and E world of O, because you put the E against A and you end up with the circle inside. See the little tail? Because that's the electronics you need, that little tail right there, and it brings it to both sides of your bullhorn, and you hear it from the eavesdroppings of your ears, all the stuff they ever tell us, all the stuff. And like I said, we may only be 11 years old. The passage gate is 55. 7 times 5 and 7 plus 5 equals 47 equals time. 7 times 6 is 42, 7 plus 6 is 13, equals 55, the passage gate. Okay? So I'm assuming 7 and 5 is 12, we're 12, and we're 11 makes us 23. We're nothing more than that, because 11 times 5, which is the E, and 11 times 7. So 77 and 55. 7 and 5 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 7 and 5 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 3 and 5 is 8, 3 and 5 is 8, 8 and 5, 5 and 8. That's the rotation. That is the sentiments of what's going down. And there's one other thing that I did not mention. 40. This stands for blue. 0 equals 15. Now we got 60. 60, this is 15. Now we got 90. 90, this is 15, because when you become pregnant, and after you have your child, they all start to meet and match, and then you come out right away. You don't sit in. The water breaks, you're going to the hospital. You follow me? The water breaks. When the water breaks, this is Valentine's. You're my wife, you're lovely, you had our kids, blah, 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 we're together, you're my ace. Why? Because she spread her legs and creation came out, and the electronic mind turned on when he coughed. The nail in the coffin is the coffin to this world, once you start to breathe the air. 9 times 0 is 135. 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, which becomes 15, and 3 times 15 is 45. 45 times 3 is 135. 3 times 15 is 45. The total is 180. You're always, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Break this up into 3. The talisman we're talking about, all 15s, well, you get 45 and 45, you have 90. That's the Valentine. That's this weekend, that's happening right now. Right now, this minute, as we speak, the Maven Challenger that is going off is going to be reconnecting something that by January 21st, it must be either A, happen, or about to happen. But when the freeze comes, the sentiment will stick to the bottom. If you let it for too long, the sentiment will not be in the air. When you have all the electronics in the air, when it has sits, you can't do too much. You only can hit off the bottom. But when the sentiments are floating in the air that they are right now, okay, you know they turn around the thing to see it in the scientists. So the sentiments are all in the air right now. So I'm assuming it's right now, this weekend, by the time Maven goes out and comes back. Do you remember that song, Major Tonk? His spaceship went into space, and what happened? What happened to the spaceship that went into space? I'm going to turn on that song right now, because that's what's going to happen. We're going to be dislocated from inside here for about 3-4 days. So when they're talking about the days of darkness, first of all, in order to reboot the system, they have to make it dark. Secondly, your mind will be dark, because you will have, it's not that you won't be connected spiritually, it'll just be like hazy, because it'll be a shock that came to it. So you're just going to be shocked all around. So you're going to be a little out of it. You're going to feel funny. I suggest for the next 6 days, whenever this happens, take it easy when you're on the road. Matrix catches up to itself. The more stressed you are in a certain way, the easier it is for you to cope. But if you're not stressed in the right place, you're just going to be... What I suggest, tomorrow is Friday. This is what I'm doing. Boys and girls, guess what? No school. We're taking 4 days off. That's right. No Monday, no Tuesday, no Friday. Is that good? Yeah, eh? Stay up late tonight, but don't stay up too late before the ghosts come out in your own mind. What are you saying? Why? You know what? Do we always have to say why? Why is the reconnection of the alphabet of Y and O, the water that divides, the H2O, because the alphabet has to be multiplied by 1.5. You need 39 letters to come out of that alphabet. So you've got to have your 26 letters, plus your numbers, and 0 will show up at least 1. Every time that alphabet is at number 13, you must put a 0. You see an N, you have to put a 0. You see a Y, you have to put a 0. And the Z, you have to put a 0. And both sides of Z is a Y. You put a 0. It says, yo, Elev, my student, come home. Maven is going into the air. And I know nothing about science. And I know nothing about anything other than connecting the numbers. But I can read and write. Remember I told you in Rubik's Cube, you can't come in on the point? You see the way it's the two dividing? Those are your digitals. Beta gives you your digitals. One here and one up here. One here and one up here. Sleeping and walking and up here with your head in the sky. Are you connected? Are you connected? Are you connected? I say it's a birthday right now. I want to know when Thanksgiving is. But it really doesn't matter because the NAV has come out of the house. Is there any parties for any of these groups? You know, these groups that come together over the stones and, you know what, it's time to end this video. I don't know what to say, but this is the weekend that you let your neighbor into your house and you all become friends all of a sudden for a very good reason, because the kids are off from school for 5 days, no fire drills in the house, no nothing. Everybody's home, relaxing. Stay as close to the house as you could. Why? Because it's just a good weekend to do that. Let's celebrate the water going over the falls and all the marriages that are now sentimentally going to be running astray on the ground. So remember, if you're upset this weekend, there's a reason that your mind is not all there. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Call this the Fred Flintstone weekend and see how the rocks rock Barney. And how Wilma, Am. Six, 5, 1, 1, 3, 11, 12, 13. It's divided by 3, the creation of 5 and 6. 3 times 5 is 15, times 6 is 90. 90 plus 11 is 101, 102, 103, 104. This all presents Casino War and the CB codes of 23 creation of B and C, which is recreated inside W. W comes here with B and C. I have a funny feeling that no letter came here alone, and that B and A and C, well, they come from the other worlds. But after that, the last letter is the E. Well, that's the electronic world, and we wouldn't have it if we weren't here. F, G, and H, well, they were all borrowed and put together because we see it in the cards, we see it in the dice, we see it in our life. And this is the weekend of 90. Why?
because the roulette wheel adds up to 90 in the 9th position, in which we used to have 9 times 8 on the telephone until they removed the Z, number 26, and it became 72. And that's what it is again. 72 is in the 9th position, playing from the 5th position. The talisman that is in the 5th position adds on another 5 becomes 10. Plus the 9th position is 9 makes 19. Plus the 6 that's in that position is 25. Earth, 6, Barack Obama, talisman, Herbert Hoover, Hoover Dam. Number 23, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Rothschild, Grover Cleveland, DNA, AND, the 3 A's in Canada, the MISSISSIPPI, which, oh my God, which will the MISS if the river fills and the bridges break, and the 2 sides split apart and the bridges fall down. Oh my God, St. Louis, the cardinal is not in your court, and the ball will not be flying over the river this time, and the arch is still there, but it's been removed. All the baseball stadiums and what they look like and what's been going on in somebody's mind is all part of Matrix, and all part of telling secrets to one another. Do you see in the back right over here? See that opening and that opening? See the way one point creates 2 triangles opposite side in each other? Well, that's Uranus on one of them. So somehow Uranus is one side because Jesus was like this. And Jesus couldn't keep the secrets inside. Jesus spread the secrets. He didn't sign the rules of his birth. He couldn't keep the secrets. You can't keep the secrets of the Lord. You can't hold the truth in. It's so fantastic within your own self that all you want to do is share. That's why I'm here all the time. I share. Asher kidishanu mitzvotav, la'adlik ner shel, the time we are in, the Hebrew language, how it connects to the English language. Once we get numbers associated with how we say each letter, this whole world will come together and there will be only one universal language that everybody will speak. The language of numbers and dots and lines. Raphael 7286. And the lion will be the circle of life. From AD to E to DA. No more FGH, because the fight is now gone and we're now all number 1. 1 and 0 inside the circle of life. 1 equaling to 34. 0 equaling to 64. 64 and 34 equals to 98. 0 and 1 is 9 and 8, the crustacean that opened the first water to the 2 of the 7th gate. Into the 7th gate went the water and the sediment of 2, and it became you. I want to thank you for watching, for skipping over, or whatever you did. You want to say something bad about me? Say it. Waste your time. It's a waste of time to say somebody's bad, to get your own egotistical high, that one day you'll have that egotistical low of the sediments at the bottom of your brain. Say as you wish, or say nothing at all. Because it's only a best of best wishes of what we want to share. Thank you. Raphael 7286 minus the year this all began in 2005 brings us to Barack Hussein Obama, Herbert Hoover, Hoover Dam, and the rest of the stories all the way up. That's right. 2 chutes of water coming out, 2 zeros. H and H, I and I, Captain. H and H, I and I. How is the Hoover Dam set up right now? Are there 3 holes? Are there 2 holes? Because H and H, I and I, the 7th inning stretch, the 5th inning rainouts, whatever you want in baseball. I haven't done hockey yet. I haven't really done much in football, but we can go into every single one and break it up the same way we break up the alphabet and the numerological system, the way we put the coaches in their corners, the way we put the athletes on the field, the way we put the fans in the stadium, in the bleachers, and in the middle of the field. Thank you for watching.